Hey, sexy. Yeah, you. You've tuned in to the Sex Talk with Khrys show. Here, we're truly embodying the sexual energies within us and living them out loud each and every day. Learning about our sexy, affirming our beauty, and so much more. Here, we're empowering our sexy and applying all that yummy information to every facet of our life. So sit back, get comfy, and let's enjoy this extremely sexy ride. Welcome to the Sex Talk with Khrys show.
Hello, you lovers of sex, pleasure, and everything in between. It is me, Sex Talk with Khrys. I am here with Dalya, and I am thrilled to have you on this couch with me.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Thank you, sis.
Yes.
Ooh.
So let's just jump straight into it,
Oh,
right? Yeah,
okay.
we're going to jump straight into it, girl. No time for playing.
Let's do this.
So you come from a Muslim background, right?
I do.
And I remember pulling up to your school in the 1990s. I'm going back that far. In my Honda. Okay. And you would come, your whole Muslim outfit, right? We got the wrap, we got the clothes up here. We have all of that. I go through two lights, turn my face to the right, and you are in a total different outfit, right? And at that time, I said, okay, I got to teach my baby something. Now, I ain't going to let her be out here like this. And so I began to pour the lessons that I knew into you, and I saw you living that out loud.
Oh, yeah.
And the older you got, the more independent thinking you became. And so talk about that a little bit, you know what I mean? Because back then we're talking about sexual imprints that is based off of our family, based off of the society that we're a part of, right? So how did that play a part for you? Tell me about that.
Well, so I went to a private school my whole life, like pre-K to 12th grade. Okay. So, there's a stigma that says private school girls are the freakiest or, the most sexually speaking people. Right. But and the main reason is because, you're sheltered. You're very much cut off from a lot of things. And I did. But I can say I had a great balance between what that life, what it felt like to be, a girl who was like in the background and not more so around a lot of people who were out loud with it. Right. So it's funny because I really always felt like, dang, I wanted to go to a public school. I wanted to really embrace that. And my parents were like, hell no. I was the only child out of three of us that stayed in a private school my whole life. And I think it taught me a lot though. And I think that that I can say I can see why.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Especially the kind of females we are.
The kind of people that we know. I can definitely say that it has really it saved me.
Yes.
In a
for
sense,
sure.
right? And at that time you don't see that and you just want to be outside, you want to have fun. And I was always so different between my name, between my background, what I've been through. It's just my parents being Caribbean and Muslim. It was just so many different things. And during that time, you want to be like everyone else instead of be that person that's the individual that stands out, right? So it was even hard for me, even just being Caribbean. It was just people didn't get that. They didn't understand it. And it was teasing me. Now it's damn, you're like a one of one. And I very much stand on that. So it's funny though, because during that time I was like, oh my gosh, let me let me just get my little outfits, keep an outfit in my bag.
Listen,
because I never know what I'm going to run into.
You were the first person that I ever, when I was maybe 10 years ago, they were like, oh, hoe bag this and hoe bag that, right? I was like, wait a minute. My little cousin has had a hoe bag since I was in like freshman year of college, like, because you guys are younger than me. And I mean, you had a whole bag. It
Literally.
had everything in it.
I had to be prepared. I'm very much, and I'm still like that till this day, which is funny. If I'm around my parents, it's still just a different kind of respect that I show them. Right,
of course. And
they don't want to see me, you know, as open and like legs out, hairs, you know what I mean? Like they really want to see me covered in a sense, right?
Correct.
And so there's a respect that I give them. So I still don't even do that till this day.
Right.
If I'm around them. So,
and the fact is, I think that all of us that have grown up in that Caribbean lifestyle, Caribbean mindset, Caribbean parents, my father was very big on, hey, I don't care what your friends doing out here, you know.
Yeah.
You live
Not
here.
even close.
He would tell me, use a Russell. You understand that? So your friends are American. They don't understand this.
No.
And they're never going to dictate what's going on in this house. Exactly. I will never forget that. So it's something that even now, I'm 42 years old. If I'm going out and my ass is out, I'm trying to put on a jacket just to get my ass safely to the car, 100%. Right? Because my mom's going to be like, hey, miss, where you going? She saw me one time and the look of disappointment on her face was, Lord Jesus Christ.
I can't do it.
I felt terrible.
I can't do it.
I just can't. But I think that's something that we have grown into. But how does that play into your sexuality?
You know, it's funny that you say that though, because to be honest, my family don't really know me and my sexuality. Like they have no idea. And that's because I keep them closed off from that. Honestly, it's not really their business.
Okay. And that's true.
And I'm big on like living my truth, living how I want to live. And I feel like I often lived for people and more so trying to uphold this type of stigma of me for them, right? Because technically you go outside and you're representing your family.
Yes, indeed.
So for the most part, I would very much hide that part of me, but and only from my family. Because to anybody else, you ask me a question, I'll give you an answer.
Yes.
I have no problem with telling you who I am. But I only let certain people in. It's levels to it. Literally, I feel like I'm an onion. Like there's so many layers to me, to my life, to who I am.
Very true.
And who I can show you, you know what I mean, and who I can give you. So I am a chameleon, so I play the game. Look, I've been in sales for a long time, so I can understand what it feels like to be on both sides.
Yes, for sure.
That's kind of how it is.
For sure. Because I remember my father and mother hold you in this light, you know? Oh, Dalya. Oh, that's my favorite niece. I be looking
smart. because that's what I'm going to present, right?
Yes.
Like, and when it's at work, I'm so business. Like, I don't talk about outside. I don't even wear certain things that I would wear to the club or just on a night out.
For sure.
I'm very much, I compartmentalize, but I more so keep things exactly where they need to be.
For sure.
And when I'm outside, I'm a whole nother person.
There it is. So
when I'm with someone, I'm a different person. Like it's levels.
I know.
Literally.
And literally this interview is levels. Because we about to, yeah. I'm glad you said that because that's my segue. Okay. So the question is, do you have the bandwidth to deal with what they present? Because we're thinking in that moment, oh, this is just a willy-nilly situation that's happening. And I had to very quickly instruct you on, hey, honey, this is what they are, okay? This is just happens to be the example for the day. But this is how they handle conflict. This is how they handle frustration. This is how they handle things going haywire in their life. So what is it that you can do? The Dalya before baby daddy would have been like, oh, I am down. I'm so for the ride because
I see something in you.
Correct.
Blah, bullshit.
And now you're not like that.
Listen, the way that I see people for who they are, right? I appreciate your efforts, but by the end of the day, I'm looking at what you do. My biggest motto is I hear with my eyes.
Yes.
Which is I don't give a shit about what you tell me. Show me. Just show me what you're talking about. Because the things you are showing me is who you are. I don't care about your words. I understand intentions, but intentions mean nothing if there's no effort.
Absolutely.
No action behind
Absolutely.
it. None. And I had to see that in so many different levels. And it's crazy because I could have easily been the, married at whatever age, but there's so many people who are like, hey, Dalya, like, please, I'd love, be my wife. Like, be my wife. I know you would be an excellent wife. I know I will. I know I'll be an excellent wife. I know it. But one thing I'm not pressed for is like the wedding. I've never dreamt about a wedding dress. I never dreamt about a ring. All I've ever envisioned was that partnership, what that looks like. And the second I see bullshit from the beginning, it's who you are. So why would I even keep on trying to pretend like you're somebody else?
Yes.
And then I do understand growth. I understand that men do. They become into maturity. It's a lot longer. It takes a while, and you have to either be patient or that person has to continue to show this different type of diligency and more so like they're like into you. They want you. They know you're the one. And I can respect that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so if you're coming back again, what does that look like? Have you changed? Have you grown? Like, if you're presenting to me the same things, that's a no for me. And I'm I am so okay with walking away from any situation. And if anybody is going to come in my life, they're only adding value. I don't give a fuck about all that other shit.
Adding value. Yes. Correct.
Adding value only. I don't want to hear, I'm fucked up. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I am not a savior.
Yeah.
I am not. I am not your therapist. I can be by your side. I'm very supportive.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with the shits. You ain't got to worry about if you're going to fuck or not. We definitely going to get that in. Like, it's so many things and values that I see of what a marriage and what a partnership should look like. But one thing I'm not doing is settling for bullshit. I'm not. You're not going to feed me on potential. You're not going to show me what you want to do. I don't want to hear any of that. Just show me who you are. And I don't even like to tell people what I'm looking for because they then try to conform themselves to that.
That's true.
And then your facade comes off 6 months later.
Yeah, because they can only keep it up for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, bro, who are you? Like, what is going on? And then it's I really invested time into this. And I don't play about time. I am very much into time. I don't play about it.
So
talk to me.
So now that you've said that, your last relationship, why didn't it work? Just play. Just tell me straight.
Why didn't it work?
Why didn't it work? Because hold on now.
Okay.
Because what I know is the sex was great. No, talk about it. Was the sex great? Was it good?
It was amazing.
Oh,
it was immaculate. It was orgasmic. I never had to worry about an orgasm.
Wow.
Ever. And I'm very much, I know how to get myself off, right? In a sense, like when I'm with a partner, I know exactly what move. I know exactly where to touch. I am very much in tune with my own body.
Okay.
So I don't go in there blind like, I hope he gets me tonight. No, it's not even like that. It's more so like, yeah, do this. It's up.
Okay.
I know how to end the game happy. Okay. So, yeah, it was hard. I had no problems in that category. But for me, even I'd say the last two encounters, relationships, whatever, that was never it. Love is not enough for me. And people think that, because I love you. I know you will love me. I'm very lovable. I will present to you and also be the person that you can love and grow with. Okay. But I cannot accept certain things. Like if you're okay with mediocrity, I can't do it because I'm never okay with mediocrity. I've always dreamt for more, always. Right. And not as though I'm insatiable, but more so like I got dreams. I have visions. I'm an Aries, so I know I want to touch a lot of things, right? Our energy, it like you can see it, you can feel it. And we're go-getters, right? And that's just been me from the start. And I just know my potential. I know how when I step into a room that I can command it, I will own it, and I'll do whatever it has to take for a business or for myself.
You're making me so proud right now, okay? Because I remember us being little or younger, and I used to look at him like, confidence happens before you crack your mouth.
Listen.
You walk in the room and you demand that room.
Without saying a word.
Don't have to say a word.
I try to sneak into places.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I mean, I promise you, I literally... I would go to dinners and the talk I'm having with myself is, Krista, don't say nothing. Do not ask nobody no question. You only speak when spoken to.
Right.
I have to tell myself that because if I go in like regular Crystal,
yes.
I will take over this whole goddamn thing. And it would be like
just give me the mic. Step to the side.
And it's my husband who tell me. And so if I'm having an off night, oh, that's a whole argument. I hope you ain't go here and act funny. I'm not acting funny. I'm just quiet. What's wrong with me being quiet?
Are you
Nobody
okay?
likes quiet, Crystal. No. Obviously. It is.
Ever.
Listen,
Ever.
it's a whole situation. Like if you... I mean, and I had asked him, I said, is it that I can't just be quiet? These other bitches in here, they ain't talking at all. Y'all ain't saying nothing to them. But what I had to realize is it's my confidence. And it don't got nothing to do with nothing other than me. And so when I walk in there and I'm like, hey, I try to keep it as simple as possible.
Listen.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. All I gotta do is make one goddamn joke. And jokes is what I do. I like to make jokes. I like to
silly.
I love it, right? Now here comes this dude. He got a wife. I done gave her a hug. She's side-eyeing me, and I'm like, but baby,
now
I don't even want your husband. Yeah. I promise you, I don't. I'm just cool. That's it.
I tell you how many times and that's probably one of the biggest challenges I have, because
Girl, me too.
You can just be having fun, but we have this natural flirtatious energy where they think that, oh, so now she want him, but in actuality, I was just being nice. I remember my kid's father used to hate me being nice. Imagine this. Imagine falling in love with my energy.
Don't be nice to none of them niggas. Fuck them niggas. You go in there and you shoot a bird at all of them puss ass niggas. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Who does that?
Listen, he wanted me to be the walk with the scowl.
Oh, no.
Angry type
bitch.
Yeah, 100%. He wanted me to be very much to myself. Don't say nothing to nobody. I was like, I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because then when I am frowning, why you frowning? You know those niggas.
Listen, I
know them.
I was so
Smile,
irritated.
Baby. Oh my god!
Look, one dude hit me with, man, the universe is just, it's so much beautiful shit out here, queen. You need to smile more. I'm thinking in my mind, nigga, I'm not even here mentally.
Exactly.
The fuck is you talking about?
And that's what he wanted me to be 24/7. I was just like, so I tried so hard. It was literally science. I had to think so hard just to be angry, because naturally I'm good. So that's when I knew that he was like a anchor that was holding me down. He was dimming my light. It was just the saddest thing I had ever witnessed. And it was like, I saw it from the outside looking in. Of course, in the moment, it was hard for me to see that, but I definitely saw it on the outside looking in. And then I would hear my family saying that. Ooh, that broke my heart. My mom was like, Dalya, you just, I don't see you anymore. Like, it's really sad. And I was just like, oh God. Like, I just knew. I was like, Dalya, you got to get it together.
So do you feel like this was a moment that you realized that you deserve better or that you needed better?
The sad part is that wasn't even the first time. I knew that I should have left a long time ago. But again, I kept fighting for this stigma of trying to be, with my kid's father. I loved that whole dream. I needed it. I had done everything right. Okay. 31, having my first child. come on.
Look,
I was
especially the way we was outside.
Listen, very, very strategic on who I was fucking with, who I fucked.
Yep.
And then for me to come up with, man, listen. Like I said, I have to give myself grace. Dalya, it's fine. Because the person that I have kids with, man.
He's taught you a lot, baby.
I'd say that's the nicer thing to say.
He's taught me a lot. And I will say this, just to give him grace, I believe that he did the best he knew how with the tools that he had.
Now that I'll never take from him.
Right.
One thing, he's a hustler. And he's always going to find a way.
Okay, to take it a step further though, it takes a certain kind of guy to be with women like us. It just does.
What's us? Like us.
Okay, so I'll explain it. Women that command a room, women that are full of confidence and full of sexuality. Like I could literally keep my mouth shut and I would be super sexy on accident. I'm not even trying to give that energy off. Like I'm at the point now, like if I see a dude looking at me, I immediately turn into like Ray Charles. Like I'm looking like all over this motherfucker. Like, no, nigga, don't look over here, please, ever.
Facts.
Like you know what I'm saying?
It's true. And you have to have a certain amount of confidence within yourself. And that's what I realized. Let me tell you, I never knew how much I needed someone who was confident with themselves, who knew how to be around a person like me, until I met somebody who was just as like commanding.
Yes.
And that is so important because the moment that, you know, you being they're being the receiving person, right? They're the ones catching all the, God damn, like everybody look at my girl, like, but you what? I thought that men wanted that. They
wanted to a certain extent. They wanted it until too many niggas is looking,
what the
right?
fuck do you expect?
Listen, I will go out with my father and he'd be like, Lord Jesus Christ, Khrys. And it ain't even a dudes. He'd be like, Lord, all these women just watching
people.
It's people.
It don't matter who it is.
And I don't even be on that. What I think it is my energy. I think it's who I am. I think it's just the way I articulate myself, the way
everything.
All of that, right? Because I don't do too much, right?
That
I could
part.
be sitting in the back.
Don't do too much. That is the key. You know those girls who we can't stand, the loud ones
oh my gosh,
who are the noisiest in the room,
right?
The ones who make all of the ruckus, who, hey, look at me. And we don't say a word, try to blend in.
Correct.
Try to tiptoe through.
Correct.
Who is that?
Do you know how many times I try to dumb down shit just because I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not being offensive. It's not even that. It's just that I know what it is. So because you mentioned this guy or whoever that you're talking to now, but before we even get there, why didn't the last relationship work? Because we talked about it was great sex. I believe when you talked to me about this person, it was a great communication.
Great.
It was all of those things. What turned it? What
Adversity.
happened?
Life happens to this person and they could not handle
their representative went on vacation.
Took their bags. As a matter of fact,
they moved.
It was
out.
a timeshare, and they said, "I'll buy it. I'll stay there forever." Because it's so crazy to me. Because let me tell you, I've learned communication on the 20th power, right? Mind you, I've always heard, communication is very important. Communication is key. Blah blah. And even with my kid's father, I could not seem to communicate enough, which was so interesting because I noticed that when I did start showing myself to him,
couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle it. So what I did, I shut down. Like I just didn't tell him. Like I stopped talking to him. He never knew exactly how I felt. He never knew anything about me. Honestly, I don't really think he knows me at all, to be completely honest. He knows what he has an idea of what he thinks he knows, but me, like to the core, he doesn't. I know several people who know me or people who I've dated who know me much more than the man I spent the most time with, 6 years. And you're like, how?
Yeah.
Because he did 90% of the talking, and anytime I opened my mouth, he didn't want to listen. And so I didn't talk.
Wow.
And I feel like that is such a key for me. So like if I'm with someone and I feel like I don't have a voice, I'm like, yeah, like no. Like if you're going to try to dominate the conversation over and over again, like when do I get to speak? When, is this a dialogue or is it just you telling me how you feel?
Right.
Is it just your perspective or is it our perspective?
Right.
Are we going to try to find a solution or are you just going to tell me all the things that you're pissed about? Do you want us to figure out how to fix this so we don't have to go here again? But it just kept being one-sided. And it was just like, okay. And so one thing about me, I'm a chameleon again, right? I'm going to play the game. I'll sit back and I'll allow you to think that I know nothing. I'm a fucking dummy. Meanwhile, I'm playing chess. I'm like, all right, so I'm going to continue to let you to do this. I'm going to continue to let you talk as though, you know, like you have now commanded the room. And even when you think about it, like when people are like, yeah, I'm the one who or I'm the leader in this relationship. When you think about a leader, right? It's how much leadership you're given to. Because if you were dealing with someone who's also very strong-minded, that person has to really shrink themselves so you can be big.
Very much true.
And so I can be like, you know what? I'm going to let you live and keep on letting it slide. And then when I get big too, then it's like, what? Like, who am I dealing with?
Yeah.
So I really just, when I think about what adversity is and what like hard shit, right? Because I've dealt with hard shit. And one thing I've known is that I can probably shut out parts of me, but shut down completely and just not talk to you or not give you any updates, not really be conversive with my partner, it just doesn't exist. And I feel like in my last relationship, that was our downfall. They did not know how to handle adversity. They didn't know how to handle hard shit. They didn't know how to have hard conversations, tell you what it was, or just be there. Like the depression, I watched this person fall into a deep depression and I tried to save them, right? When you think of depression and you think of what that looks like and how you're trying to assist them, right? You can only do so much.
It's anger turned inward. That's what it is. It's anger turned inward. And you have to be able to navigate that. Dal, so do you feel as though you needed healing from any of your past relationships?
I feel like I needed healing, but okay, let me see the best way to say this. Okay, so you know how when people are like, damn, you always got people on backup? I never had people on backup, but that doesn't mean, like for me, but that doesn't mean that people weren't thinking about me. Does that make sense? So there were times when I'm all into somebody, right? And I can be all into them based on also how they treat me.
Right.
And then when they continue to fuck up, then it's like, now I'm losing my interest. I'm losing that focus, because I can be focused on one thing, one person. But when they just not even just the moment, because I'm a stay trying to fight. I try to fight until I'm the only one in the ring, and it's like, all right, well, I tried to warn you.
Right.
Mind you, I am not a person that's going to make you try to read my mind. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, the blueprint on how to love me when I'm with someone, right? Listen, I ain't really fooling with that. Like, just tell me what you need. Tell me what you're expecting from me so I can show up for you, how you feel, how you receive it. These are my love languages. If I don't have them, then my love tank is empty.
Right.
And so I will be that verbal, that communicative, but when the moment when that person or my partner isn't receiving that, and they continue to just be like, whatever, then now I lose focus. So it's like, well, if someone is pursuing me and they're going like head on, they might catch my attention.
Okay.
And the craziest thing is that I am very loyal. I will stick with you through so much, right? But then I've reached this point where I'm just not into bullshit. And I see you for who you are. And if you're showing me this is who you are, then I get it. I accept you, and I also know where to place you.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. Okay. So as you're on this walk,
Yeah.
and you are observing and smelling the flowers, right? And observing the ones that have passed away and that are dead on the floor, right?
Flowers.
Yes, dead flowers. You know what?
I love flowers. I keep them in my office. I'm just saying.
So, how does that play with, or how does that look when a new guy appears, right? And you now have the lessons of the past, the potential of the future, in real time. How does that look for you?
You know, I really, really do my best to like, I don't put people in a box of what I expect them to be.
Okay.
I allow them to be who they are.
That's fair.
And like, I'm not the person that's gonna blow you up. I'm not gonna hound you on communicating with me, but what I'm gonna do is watch how you communicate. I'm gonna watch who you are. Because again, you're not gonna conform. I don't want you to conform to what I want you to be. I want you to show me who you are. Because that will show me everything I need to see. Because if I can make you want to do more, then you're gonna show me what that looks like. And if you're like, if she don't give me if she ain't telling me why I ain't calling her, then I ain't gonna call. All right, don't call. I'm telling you, lenient as hell. Because by the end of the day, I'm taking notes that I'll never mention to you.
Exactly.
I will never say them out loud, but you will see what the actions look like. Because I'm going to sit back and I'm going to go out with my girls and I'm going to have a good time and I'm not going to think about you, which is crazy because I'm always thinking about my partner. I'm texting, sexting them like, shit, what up? Like, we about to get, like, I'm trying to see you. Like, I done got up drunk out of the drink. Like, I'm trying to tell you what I want to do. But if you're showing me that if you're out, you're not even thinking about me, why must I give you that?
Put the phone back in your purse and enjoy your evening.
And the thing is, it's not even like me going home with someone else because I don't even move like that. But I'll go home and I'll grab whatever battery operated or very nice toy that I own. And I'll pleasure myself and I'll go the fuck to bed.
Yes.
But what I'm not going to do is continue to pour into people who don't receive it. And I'll tell you once and maybe tell you twice of how I receive love. And if you choose to go a different direction, that's how it is.
So,
and I'm not going to beg you to be what I need you to be.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now you're going outside of yourself to be something that you're not.
Short-lived.
And then that means you can't keep up with it.
Right.
And that means I need to take my shit and take all of this great pussy and this great energy and this great person some fucking where else. And I will do that happily.
Yes. Yes.
Because I don't want nobody to beg to be with me and I don't want to beg to be with nobody else, period.
So then let me ask this. Because literally you segue all of my questions. So it's so easy to talk to you.
Oh, God.
So what turns Dalya on with all this information that you have? I ain't talking about the younger Dalya because we just talking about, you know, good dick or this and that. No, what turns Dalya on?
Ooh, someone who, the funny thing is, what turns me on is someone who knows themselves.
Okay.
Someone who's very in tune with who they are. They know who they are. They present that. And they can be true to it. But they show me everything. Like, as far as I'm turned on by someone who's comfortable in their skin. Someone who knows how to love and receive love in the most healthy way. Because there's people who love toxicity. Like, they really think that it's like a thrill.
A flex. Yeah.
And it is sickening.
Yeah.
I have been the person who has been so sick of what toxicity brings. Like, you just like the drama. I don't need it. Drama can come in so many different forms. I do not want it in my relationship.
Right.
To me, relationships are extra, especially if you're not married.
Right.
So if you're an extra person in my life, I don't need extra drama. So I look for someone who can be affectionate, someone who can tell me exactly how they feel about something. Like, Dalya, this didn't make me feel good. Tell me what it is, because I'm going to break it down. I'm going to drill down questions to figure out what it is I did to make you feel that way. And I want to know, because now I can now be a better person in the future. And not saying that it won't happen again, but I guarantee it'll be very minimal, because the second you say it, it's now a big bullet in my brain.
Knowledge.
To now avoid, to be more careful around this, to be more cognizant about how I treat you. And this is with friendships, relationships, business, anything.
Yeah.
But it matters to me on if you're able to communicate in an effective way.
Right.
When you can be upset and not be ready to fight and ready to scream and yell, that is so essential to me. I need people who know how to argue or and have a disagreement in the most respectful way. There is a science to it. But you have to know how to control yourself. If you can't, I don't want it. Okay. The people who are just like, they just spaz out. I have so much self-control to where it's like, I can disagree with you. It could be so terrible. But one thing I learned about myself is that I have the most calm. I'm the most calm when chaos has hit the roof. I'm like, all right, Dalya, what we gonna do? That's crazy. Like, I'll literally talk myself through it in the most calm way. Not ever have I been the person to just spaz out.
Rah.
You know, like, I'm not. Because there's a way that I want my partner to see me too, and that I want to see myself.
Right.
And I always can have enough consciousness to where I'm not blacking out. The only time I could ever really see myself blacking out if it has anything to do with my children. Other than that, I'm able to say, you know what? All right, how you gonna handle it? When I found out that my ex-fiance had a wife, I could have easily burnt the house down, okay?
You were very calm.
But I said, all right, how you gonna play this? I talked to him knowing that I found out that he had a wife. But I talked to him on the phone and I was like, hey, can you come home? Because I didn't know the type of energy he was going to get. I didn't know if he was going to take off running. I didn't know what he was going to bring, knowing that I knew information like this. So I said, shit, I was all right. I'm going to send you home. Like, come home. I booked you a flight. Come home now. He was like, damn, you can't wait to see me. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Because I need to look in your eyes as you tell me that you have another wife, as I'm your fiance for 3 years. I even want to see what that looks like. And it was times like that when I realized just how much self-control I had. Times when I knew I could have spazzed out, went to the account that I have full access to and cleaned the motherfucker out. But no, I always choose grace. I always choose the light of, you know what? They're going to get theirs. It's not up to you to do it.
Correct.
And I can walk away gracefully, and I'll always be that, damn, the one that got away. And that's okay. It's fucked up because you don't want that light. Right. I don't want to be the one that got away. I want to be the one that's kept.
Right.
Because I know I'm worth keeping. I know I'm worth keeping. Right. But at the same time, I'm not going to settle for bullshit. I will not. I will be a happy single person to the end of my days before I'm just a kept woman by someone who is not worth keeping me.
I don't want to keep. Yeah.
Listen, you gotta know yourself to be able to stay in that type of life.
Right.
And I'm so in tune with who the fuck I am. I know I can, if I wanted to be a sugar baby, I could go that route. There's so many routes in life I could take, but I keep choosing, like, I'm gonna chill. I'm going to just, get this little money. You know what I'm saying? Cater to my kids. Make sure they good.
Right.
But by the end of the day, the partner that I want is someone who's secure in themselves. Someone who knows their confidence. They know who I am. Allow me to be me, because I'm gonna represent you. I'm gonna make sure that ain't nobody getting close to you. Ain't nobody gonna get close to me to think that they have access to me to where you looking crazy. I won't do it. I'll make sure that the home is good. Your balls are drained. That literally life is good. Support, you won't have to worry about it. I'm standing by your side. Shit, what we doing?
Wait, did you say balls are drained though?
100%.
All right.
I never want to work.
So
my sex drive is just as high as his, probably higher.
So then my question now
The
is,
fuck?
what turns Dalya on sexually? We talked about communication. That's cool, but what does it? What
I
turns
have to
you
have
on
emotional
sexually?
connection. If
Okay.
there's no emotional connection, I can't even. Like, I'm past the days of, hey, let's just fuck, right? Of just not knowing nobody.
Right.
So past it, and those are very, very thin lines of that even happening. Now it's like, let us have an emotional connection. Let us be able to connect on things that matter. For me to know that you're really feeling me, for you to show it,
And then deep dive into
the
that.
deep dive, the consistency of you showing me that you really fuck with me, because I'm gonna show you. And if we're feeding off of each other,
it's a win-win.
man, listen, that's a whole nother girl. That's a whole nother ball game. Okay, that is a level of intimacy that you never thought you would receive.
Correct.
They've fulfilled is the understatement. It's still motherfuckers till this day that'll be like, man, shit, you single, Dalya? Like, it don't matter what I am, because you'll never get anything close to me. You fucked that up.
Yeah.
And I take pride in not going backwards. You already had a
There's
chance.
no spinning the block with you.
Fuck no. There's one person that can spin a block. One single human that can spin a block. One.
I'm not even a name dropper on this podcast.
And you won't. It don't matter, because
But I want to know.
You won't know. I would never say it out loud. They know who the fuck they are.
Yes.
They know who they are.
Okay.
One person.
So, in terms of your sexual imprints, right, and your background, how did you open that box to be able to feel comfortable in that space? Because the lives that we have lived, it does not promote for sexual liberation.
Oof. You know, as a Muslim, it's really interesting, because as a Muslim, you're really supposed to be the total opposite of who I have become, right? You definitely shouldn't be talking about it, and much less really enjoying it in a sense. It's all about the man. The men should dictate everything. But when I think of fulfillment in life, I'm such a YOLO type chick, like, and that's why I know the type of partner that I have to have has to be open and understand who I am, and they have to understand what pleasure looks like too, because there's no way that I expect you to be faithful to me if you're not fulfilled. And vice versa. If you cannot fulfill me, then how can I be faithful? Then I don't want to even break that. I don't want to be the person to commit adultery, and like, because all of those things are sacred to me. So it's like, shit, that's another reason why I'm single. But I feel like to find that partner, right, to really be with someone who understands who I am, and to know that, like, those sexual imprints, they do exist, because I am a Muslim. Like, I do believe in the beliefs of Islam, and I always wonder. I look at some of these Muslim sisters and I'll be like, damn, like, are you having sex? Are you okay?
Listen, I don't even think.
Do you just turn off your vagina? Because I don't
know how to
like.
do that.
I can in
I
a
don't know how to do
sense,
that.
but like, I want to fuck forever, and like my man, right? Because again, this isn't about being promiscuous. This is about really having a partner and really growing with them. And I really want to, and I want to. I've always saw myself being the person who just has a strong libido, because shit, I do still to this day. Still, like, if I'm into you, like, there's no such thing as rounds. Like, there's no such thing as let's just stop and relax. Like, yeah, okay, now just tell me when you're done, when you've had enough relaxation and we can get it going.
I'm ready
again.
to hop back on this.
Like, because it's the energies exchanging. It's a connection. It's so beautiful. It's art.
Yes, it is.
And when it's fault, like when you just, I can't, there's people who just stop having sex, or people who have sex once a month. Or I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
It's just
at
not
all.
your walk.
It's not my walk.
It's not. And it's
So,
and it's dope. It's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that, right? It's nothing.
Yes.
I think it's nothing wrong with whatever sex is to anybody. It should never be defined by other people who you're not even having sex with,
That's a
right?
fact. That's a fact.
So, but for me, I feel as though you have this sexual liberation so down packed that
For sure.
it you prioritize your pleasure, you prioritize your sex, you prioritize your happiness, you prioritize your peace. And I think that speaks volumes on how you outfit yourself for the
agree.
world, right?
Yeah.
And the expectation that you have for any suitor is the same.
100%. I need them. They must, because it's some people who are just okay with, again, mediocrity. They're just they just survive. They're just waking up, and I'm just like, one, have a plan and execute it. And I am a supportive person who will help you execute, will help you see it through. But that's on so many different levels. Like, if we're taking it to that next level, and you're saying, hey, I commit to you, and you're committing to me, and we're both on that same page, because of course I like to have those conversations. I'm very much at a place now where let's talk about it. Like, I open dialogue. There's nothing we cannot talk about. And I think it's so crucial, because you should never feel unsatisfied with me unless I just can't do it. Right.
Right.
If I just physically cannot do it, Dalya, please hang off this ceiling with one like, those are things I just can't do. Okay. I may need assistance, something like a swing.
We gonna try in this,
but I'm a
out.
But it's like that dialogue is always open for me, and I think it's so key, because some people, they don't want to have the conversations, and you can't fix something that you don't know about. You can't fix something that you can't converse about to find a solution.
But I think that sometimes people are just victims of their own sexual imprints. And those imprints are so deeply embedded that it's hard for them, because walking away from that sometimes for people feels like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm not supposed to be this way. I'm not supposed to.
If that is what it is, I'm literally the epitome of someone that's not supposed to be.
Listen, I'm married. Trust me, I am that epitome, because people say, oh no, you can never turn a hoe into a housewife. That ain't true. If
the hoes make the best housewives,
I'm trying to
but
tell
I don't even understand,
because a lot of times we are focused on being a good woman, being this person that is preparing for their husband. Meanwhile, the husband outside from age 18 to 32 or 35 or 40 or whatever, and we're still at home, I don't know, learning how to make rice. Like we got to get to a point where we are prioritizing and understanding that walking away from sexual imprints that does not serve us. Because the reality is those sexual imprints came from somewhere. It came from someone else's misfortune, someone else's uncomfortability, someone else's what somebody else grandma told them of what good girls don't do, and all and all it is, it just goes from generation to generation to generation. Nobody ever stops to take the time and says, what is it that I want to take away from this? So for me, I had to give that to you at a young age, because I needed you. I said, she pretty as fuck. Listen. I need her to know I remember talking to you and no, boo, because I didn't want you to just be a pretty face, long legs, and all this, and had nothing to do with it, because
my gosh.
I couldn't depend on our family to teach you that.
No, but you know what's so crazy? I cannot count on a hand how many times my mother has spoke about.
Oh yeah, my mom. They're sisters.
Sex.
Okay, my mom would never.
Or anything close to it.
All I got was don't do it.
My father, don't bring no babies in this house. That
was it. That was it.
He didn't talk about sex. Like, so it's crazy because when I look at my children, I'm like, how do I want to instill?
So what is it that you want to teach your children about sexuality?
That's something that's gonna really, gosh,
You ain't ready to answer that question yet?
because you know what, there's sexual liberation and there's sexual like understanding. I do want them to understand sex and the power of it, and I want them to know that is, you know, you gotta want to make it special in a sense, but then I don't know. There's two versions of how it.
Because I was thinking like special.
Oh gosh, there's two versions. So that's a part that I try not to think about. I look at my little baby girl who's 3, okay, and I can't think about it.
Little pretty self.
When I just be like, oh God, and I just be like, man, I'm thinking about whatever dude who just like, yeah, little baby, like just talking that shit to her, and I just be like, oh God. I actually have a jail fund account, because the way that these little dudes gonna try to play with my baby, like, God, I can't think about it. Please,
listen, my hat goes off to you, girl moms. I have boys.
Girl, I have a whole little girl, and she is sweet as can be, gorgeous, and really I just be like, no.
Yep.
Her dad, one time, I'll never forget, we were watching like Love and Basketball, and her dad just started crying. He was like, God, baby. I was like, what? I was shocked, but I can understand because we're like, this girl got to grow. She got to find a man. So I just really pray that what I can instill with her is like really not necessarily about sex, more so about the game, like understanding people, understanding dudes, and understanding how to read shit. Like I want her to be so tight, and be like, yeah, I seen that before. And I hope that her father can. And one thing I can say is that even though me and her father did not work as a couple, I still think that he's a good dad to his children.
I can agree with that.
And I think that he will be 100% like on them. He's careful about who they're around. Like he's going to be that overprotective father 1000%. So I believe that he's going to give her the game, right? And I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be like, yeah, like, nah, hell no. You not bringing this clown up in, right? Like she's going to be very cautious of how she does things. And I feel like he's going to give her enough to where she knows what bum shit look like and what it looks like to be really valued. Right. And I pray that they both are protected from evil and from sinister people. Because even just friends, like the way that these kids are today. Right. The jail fund is needed. Yeah,
in our time, kids weren't killing each other at sleepovers.
These
and
kids are
different. Very different. So yeah.
So I just want that. I want to teach them about the game, like about who to deal with, the personalities to look out for. If they're showing themselves, believe them. You know what I'm saying? What it looks like to see a snake in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like I want them to understand that type of stuff. And if not, that is what I will instill. Like I've already started. Like, and she's 3. My son is 5. So, other than that, like I feel like everything else we will talk about like gradually. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, girl, that time is a coming. Because I want you. The point of it is the sexual imprints that you got she's going to get her own sexual
100%.
And you're at the age she is, you are the author of that.
Literally.
And so you want her sexual imprints to be something that is useful to her. She can use in real time later on, because I, for myself, had to forge and say, no, this doesn't suit me. This doesn't work for me. I don't want to be this person, and I'm not going to be this person just because you say so.
And I agree. But it's the fact that if you've only seen this one thing, it's like, okay, this is what it is.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how can you really present yourself to the world of this certain person? So it's like, I do want the liberation part. I do want them to be free. But, I just want to be, cautious with it, because it's really, really, it's a sensitive matter.
Right.
But you definitely have to make sure you're choosing those words. But I want them to be able to communicate with me. That I want to always keep. That's one thing I promised myself, to keep an open communication. And I have to really be cautious of how I receive this information too, and how I spew it back out to them, because I never want to be the rah-rah person or rah-rah parent, mother, because I want them to feel comfortable with speaking to me about anything, because so many things can happen. And the way that these kids move these days, they having sex much earlier. They're moving crazy. And like, I just want them to be able to, to feel comfortable with me, to talk to me, and like, Mom, what do you think?
I think that's something that neither
That's
you
huge.
or I could had,
100%.
We didn't have that. We had each other.
And
that's all
when
we
I
had.
tell you, when I think about that, us having each other, like, because Nye wasn't here at the time. So she was
Exactly.
very much far away in the islands.
It
and
was
it
us.
was like, it was us.
We were trying to figure this shit
and
out.
when I think about like my journey as becoming a woman, and really just understanding different dudes, different things to look out for, like, hell no, like, you always were raw with this information, and you helped me see it for what it was. You helped me see people for who they were, and you would talk to me in the most raw form, like, let that bitch the fuck go, let that nigga the fuck go, whatever it was just like, all right, like, you think it's harsh, but at the same time you understand it,
because if you stay in it, it's even harsher.
Oh my gosh.
And you were you were my little Dalya. I was like, ain't no way, ain't nobody playing with this little motherfucker. You crazy as hell.
The fact that I used to go to college with you, which I still can't understand to this day.
Girl.
I can't understand how I ended up on your college campus
and I
as a high schooler.
I kept looking around like, why is this bitch
How
here?
did I get there? Why did I get there?
It was a good time,
Why was my parents allowing this? I don't know.
It was a good time, though.
We were at I was at college parties when I was in high school.
You made me so proud.
It was nuts, because I remember the days when I used to wear boxers.
Yes! I used to be like, why the fuck do you have that on? And you were so comfortable. I was like,
so
little bitch.
comfortable.
I remember, little bitch,
But
if
it
you don't
came
take
with
that shit off.
it was another version of it came with understanding what sexy felt like.
Right, exactly.
When you're sexy.
But see, sexy wasn't something I could show you,
It
right?
wasn't. It's
it was
something that
something I
comes
can
within.
introduce you to, but
But
I
it's
couldn't be like,
within.
yeah.
You have to feel it. So like, it's so funny, because I think there was a singer, Brandy, I think, who was saying that she didn't feel sexy or something like that. But sexy is a way you feel. It's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, depending on what type of lingerie, if you wear lingerie underneath your clothes, you're the only one that knows it. But it's the way you move with it, right? It's a way you walk with it. It's such a beautiful thing, but it's internalized. But some people can see you as sexy, right? There's times when I had to personally like desexify myself, take away the sexy.
Yes.
So that I could be in a room with people, like, say if I was at my friend's house and I knew her man was going to be there, then I would desexify myself, and I'd put on a t-shirt, make sure I had a bra on, make sure I had pants on, instead of being in my lounging clothes, which is like a bra or maybe a tank top and some shorts. But I would, out of respect for my friend, I would desexify myself to tone it down of what I know
It's a hard
I
walk,
have.
girl. It's a hard walk sometimes.
But that's how you respect and fuck with your friends.
Correct.
And that's how I am.
Especially if your friend is not on the level that you're bringing either. You know? Like, I have beautiful friends. But at the same time, I feel as though, regardless if I feel like you're less sexy or hotter than me or whatever, it has to be this mainstream of respect, 100%. Right? And so if I'm bending down, I'm trying to bend down with my ass away from the group, because otherwise it's just
conscious about everything.
I am.
Literally.
I am.
Like, you are going to be the person who's going to squat down instead of bend over.
Correct.
Right? All of those things matter when
I try my best.
where you're in the presence of other people. And that's literally how I am. I think like that. Right? I saw this post the other day that was like, was I tripping it or my friend just insecure? She had on like this tank top, her whole ass is out, but she knew her friend and her man was coming.
Absolutely not.
That is disrespect. How is that your friend?
No.
How can you call that your friend when you have on little to no clothes? So they know I just got out the shower. They know that it's my house. Like, but it's still a way that you present yourself.
Exactly.
And that shit matters to me. So it's like, when I think of like how I try to present myself to the world, it's an occasion for everything, right? If I go out, I'm gonna be a certain way. If I'm at work, I'm gonna be a certain way. If I'm at home or if I'm with a boo, like, whole nother way. It's different people, different versions of me that you will see. Yes. And I feel like you just can't go wrong with it. Everyone wins.
Listen, okay. Dal, first off, I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud of the woman you've become, and knowing that I had a hand in that.
You did. You
definitely did. No, bitch, you were going to, I knew. I said, that little pretty little bitch, I'm going to make sure she good. Fuck that. I ain't care 100%. Where no matter where I was in the United States, no matter where you,
100%.
Girl, it's just because, one, you have all brothers.
Literally.
If I ain't say nothing, who gonna say something?
They was never talk.
Absolutely
never.
not. No.
We only talk about like the dude that I present them
Correct.
to. But it ain't never like a
listen.
Like,
I'm trying to mix you up so you good for everybody. You see what I'm saying? I was doing that shit off of Rainbow Drive. I said, yeah, I'm gonna make sure she good. And every chance I got to put my claws in you, that's what I did, because I wanted that when you were older, that you could walk that walk, because I knew you was gonna have problems. You're pretty, you talk good, you're bubbly. Bitches don't like that shit. Okay, like so I said, what I'm gonna do with her? Because I had already been down that shit, right? I got bitches to this day that's just like, what's wrong with her? Nothing's wrong with me. I just fucking talk. I was out last night. A girl looked at me. She knew me. She sees my pocket. She was like, how can you just talk about sex like that?
Oh my
She has
goodness.
a whole.
What did you say?
I looked at her and I told her, I always been like this. I refuse to be in boxes that society try to put you in. I'm not that bitch. I don't give a fuck if that make you feel bad. Am I happy with my husband? Yeah.
100%.
And I'm going to, listen, me and him I was sitting at the bar, and it was like me, the wife of his homeboy. He walks up to me, Buddha talking in my ear. I leaned my head back on him. That motherfucker grabbed my neck. Bitch, I forgot we was in that motherfucker. You hear me? I said, wait. Girl, by the time I looked down, it's a whole bar of people looking. I looked at him. I was like, don't do that shit. He whispered in me. He said, I fucked you up, didn't I? I said, yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did.
I don't think they understand the response that goes with it.
Do you understand? But see, you knew me from before Buddha. Yes. So you know if I'm going to take that deep dive in a motherfucker, 100%. You better know that nigga he is saying it with his fucking chest.
From
okay?
the time that you got with Buddha and the time, like, you know, I've been around since the crazies, okay? The ones that call your mom.
Girl.
So I remember, and I just knew, because Buddha's just a calm storm.
Yes, baby.
Because he don't say too much. Man of very few words.
Don't got nothing to say usually.
Don't say much, but when he does. I fuck with him. That's why he was always
Girl,
like, amazing.
So for me to be able to be in that space when I'm in a public place,
yes,
and my husband wraps his hand around my throat. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck made him do that shit. Okay, my back was turned to him. I was thinking like, why the fuck are you like mind you, the girl just asked me, how do you just talk about sex
and
like
then,
that?
And
I wanted to be like, bitch, you see why? That's how I do it right there.
Because that's the most honest response.
But the thing is, it's crazy. It was different for me because she's married. So I'm assuming that all married people are having these conversations.
So then
and it's no shade to anybody. It's just your walk. I'm just going off of what she asked me, right? And when she asked me, it was very eye-opening for me because I'm thinking like, other women are thinking the exact same thing,
but they wish. These are conversations that they wish they can have. Because I can guarantee you, I will bet my life that there's conversations that she wish she can have with her partner that they're not able to have because either he's not receptive, she's too scared to ask,
or uncomfortable,
scared or uncomfortable,
yeah,
or they're not able to just have a dialogue of just real shit. And that's something I promise you. When I think about the partner that I need, I have to have those conversations.
Listen, I have to.
It has to happen.
I have to be in a space where I feel comfortable. It was almost like she,
people say, sure. "Oh, I want to marry my best friend," but what does that look like?
It come with good and bad.
What does that
come with
look
good and bad?
Like?
This shit ain't always sweet.
Of course,
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
not.
This shit ain't I ain't gonna lie. For a long time, it wasn't shit sweet, but I knew when you know that somebody has greatness in them.
Yes.
And they've shown you and given you a peek of that, but you know they just kind of, going through a phase, and I'm going through my phase, and I'm growing and they growing, and we get to a point where we're like, oh shit, this where we at? Okay. Yes. I dared say yesterday, I don't feel like having sex. That only lasted for like 10 seconds. He was like, okay, babe. Then the next thing I know, he is just, when I say he went golden corral on my vagina. Girl, I forgot I was tired. Okay. I was like, Lord.
Funny because it's so funny how that works, because it's the moment of,
girl,
I'm not in the mood. And then when you're in it,
girl,
you're in the mood.
Girl.
Especially if it's done right.
Girl.
So it's like, come on, man.
Listen, we lost time, okay?
And that's how
he looked at me and was like, do you know how long I was down there? I said, you enjoyed every minute of it, sir.
But see, people, there's so many versions of marriage that you hear, right? Mm-hmm. There's the, I'm married, right? To where it's a fucking death sentence. And then there's the, hell yeah, I'm married.
Hell yeah.
Love everything about my partner.
Maybe I don't see
one person that I get to fuck in 1,000 ways, however I want. I get to talk about them, whatever. Like, they're my person.
Bitch, what? I get to do
That's the version
whatever I want. And when I say story time was real good last night, that motherfucker came out the bag with that shit. I was like, my God, where did you get? I said it's 3 a.m.
I know.
What are you talking about?
That my fate is coming. I know it. I
girl,
feel it in my
girl,
heart, in my
girl.
soul.
To see where you have come from.
Listen.
With the lessons that you've learned and the willingness to apply them, girl, I'm scared of you. I promise you, it's a beautiful thing.
Is going to be not only just intentional for me, but it's going to align with one, my beliefs. Two, they're going to align with my sexual imprint today.
Sexual imprint today.
Meaning who I am.
Yes, right.
And it's going to really capture all the things that I want, and still believe that can happen. Right, the dreams, the aspirations. That's the person that I want, and that's the person that I will have. And I'm not settling for nothing. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I will literally. I'm telling you.
Listen, when she asked me that question, I in my mind I said, oh bitch, you doing something right.
Listen,
like you're doing something right.
What makes you want to talk about sex? Because people don't talk about it enough.
It ain't even what makes you, it was how can you, how are you comfortable being like this?
Because it's
then it makes me ask more questions. How are you
why
not?
are you not?
One.
Because you know what's crazy? I know so many people who are tied in relationships, marriages. Mind you, me, as someone who's not married, I have seen so many relationships. Like people just, I don't know. I have this, maybe there's a sign that I don't see that says, hey, you can talk to me. Tell me all of your life.
Right.
These people are not comfortable with having conversations with their partner. They're not happy. They're not having sex. And they're just existing.
That's insane.
They are existing with their partners. And
No.
and just living life. It is the most depressing thing I have ever
You have to
heard
keep in mind,
my life.
marriage is hard as fuck, even
It
when you
is.
find a perfect person for you, right?
It
So
is.
you have to combine your credit score, live in the same space, raise children, your dogs, your cat, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to make sure the house is this. You have to make sure everybody
Yes.
eat. You think I ain't gonna put fucking nowhere on that list? You got me fucked up. Listen, I'm about to suck your balls from the back. You understand? That's what I'm
have
about
to.
to do. I
Because
have to do it.
It's so again, like, mind you, I've never been married, but always understood the concept of marriage, right? And it's funny because people can be like, you ain't never been in it, you don't understand. But there's a concept of it that I do understand, right? I understand what it means to stick shit out, right? I understand what it means to have tough conversations. I understand that everything is not going to be roses and rainbows and fucking butterflies. I get that.
Correct.
But you have to find or keep a space of you guys' identity and fun. And that is so huge for me. So when I tell people, like, I want to have fun. That's one thing I love about you two. Y'all don't stop having fun. You go out often. You have date night often. You continue to pour into each other. And that is what's going to keep you guys going, because if you're able to have fun, even though you have two growing children, teenagers, it's like you can easily get lost, and so many people get lost in their children.
Correct.
And I always kept asking myself, because the biggest thing that my challenge has been, even with people that I have been like conversing with, is another child or not. That has been like the biggest question.
Elephant in the room. Yeah.
Holy Lord. And it's funny because even I have like, damn, do I want another kid?
Girl, you out your goddamn mind.
I kind of want another kid.
Girl.
Because my youngest is 3, so I'm still kind of in it.
Girl, I had a pregnancy scare a couple of weeks ago, and I called you.
Yes.
tweeting
Oh God,
your
what
name.
happened?
What you mean? What happened? The fuck? Are you serious, girl?
You didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I did talk about
You
it.
didn't talk about it after.
It wasn't
that
nothing
day.
to talk about. It was nothing to talk about. So yes, it was nothing to talk about. Okay, I was fine.
Okay,
But
good to know.
yeah, that no,
It was scary.
No, it
Y'all
was
need
very
to
scary.
Just go ahead and chop something off.
No, listen.
Vasectomy or
I am just
motherfucking
look.
tube
Okay,
tie. You need to go ahead and
this
just
body
finish it
is
off.
not made for children.
I
You
know that.
understand?
You guys know that. So I just say, make the next step.
Girl, no,
Make it happen. That way you don't got to be stressed out about, oh my God, am I pregnant? That's insane. Insane.
Especially at 43.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
So, as we finish up,
Yes.
I have so many more questions, but we're gonna shut it down. But
Okay.
I do want to know, like, what role did self-pleasure,
Oh my gosh.
like, what did that play
Let me
in these sexual imprints?
I am so happy you asked that, because baby, I literally will make my friends, I will take them to the store to say, hey, the girls who didn't know what an orgasm was. And you're like, what the fuck does that mean? What do you mean they don't know? I mean, girls who were literally look to their partner like, did I have an orgasm? What the fuck does that mean? Exactly.
How are you
And
asking
this
your
is
partner?
this is a quote, not even just a
Wow.
yeah. I asked the girl, hey, have you ever had an orgasm? She said, I don't know. You got to ask him. Insane. What does that even mean? Right? So when I tell you that masturbation is so important and so many people stay away from it, which I don't understand.
Yeah, they've been taught that it's not okay.
You're right. You can't play with yourself, pleasure yourself.
That's
It is
nasty.
literally the key. Honestly, it can keep it can keep body count down.
Sure can.
To to the 10th power. You can literally not fuck a lot of people because you've gotten the pleasure, the end result that you're looking for. The end result that you're looking for. Not only that, but you're able to really learn yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I think I'm about to, I'm hitting that peak.
Yep.
And then if you allow yourself to just continue on that ride.
Yes.
Baby, that's a ride that you never want to get off of.
I'm going again.
Like, I want to keep learning how that keeps going. And when I tell you masturbation, I used to be in my parking lot at work, in college.
Listen, I was
at
home.
It was no such thing. It was so bad.
Mine was terrible.
So I was just taking naps all throughout the day, but it was so good. My body was so relaxed. It was so good for me. And I loved it. But it's like I learned so much about myself, about my body and what I liked and what point would bring me there. And when I knew I was getting that feeling, I knew that I was about to come. And that was so important to me. Yeah. And so many people, I feel like they just have to just allow themselves to just be free.
Right.
And when you allow yourself to be free, baby, the results, whew. Let me tell you.
That's a hell of a way to end this thing, girl. Thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
It's my pleasure.
So a woman that's going through their find me stage, what advice would you give them?
Definitely play with yourself more. Please go to the store. Go to a store. Go to your local, or shit, Amazon will even guide you to the perfect pleasure toy. Right. And that way you're not consumed by people, humans, who can tell you whatever the fuck that you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You'll get to now quiet all of the noise outside. Pleasure yourself, because sometimes we just need it. We just need to release and then move forward. And when you're able to move forward with a clear mind, not searching for an orgasm, because we know that another human companion is what we essentially want and need. But if you're able to just quiet that for a while, you can relax and you can really focus on what you want, what you will stand for, what you won't. Those are the things that's going to get you through life.
Enjoying the journey.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, girl. Thank you so much for coming on here. Oh my gosh. Just thank you. Thank you. You've made me so happy and proud. Oh my gosh.
My pleasure.
So if you enjoyed what you saw, make sure that you continue to stay tuned in. It is a fun time here, and you definitely don't want to miss anything. This is Sex Talk with Khrys. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you keep it hard, keep it wet. Just make sure you keep it.